Hola, this is WIllie, Nazi and Punk. Welcome to another classic modern film review. When you think of Titanic, what's the first thing that comes into your mind? Now, that would be the most popular answer. Now, let's wind the clock back, let's say, during World War II, and let's change the location to Germany. If I were to ask a German person during World War II what they thought of Titanic, I predict that probably it would be the Nazi version. That's right. During World War II, there was an actual Nazi film version of the Titanic, back then when German cinema was taken over by the dictatorship of the Third Reich. The Nazi Minister of Propaganda, Joseph Goebbels, would infiltrate the German motion pictures and documentaries with propaganda to promote nationalism, which lasted from 1933 to 1945. Jeez, how many sequels I had back then? Can you imagine just watching the same thing for almost a decade? But after the end of the war, all German propaganda was banned from the IBU, and years later it would be released again. Some of them would return, some of them would not. After the movie wrapped up, it would be banned from Germany because Joseph Goebbels did not like it overall as a propaganda. And after the war, it would be released in Germany but censored, and through the years it would be shown to its original content. The film tells the historical account of the British passenger liner called Titanic that sank on April 15, 1912, when it collided with an iceberg when voyaging to New York. It depicts the viewpoint of a fictional German officer who witnessed the sinking of the Titanic because of the selfish and greedy decisions of an English officer to break a new record for the fastest Atlantic crossing in history, accompanied by a villainous president of the US. This was the most ambitious movie ever made by Germany to compete with American films. What makes this film so interesting is not only that it was made by Nazis, but that it has the title of Titanic. Many in modern age have grown up with the romanticized James Cameron version, but to see the first Titanic movie ever made and told by another point of view, it's kind of intriguing to know. So, how does this movie work as a propaganda? Here it has some common tricks. Distort the facts? Check. Have a romance subplot to manipulate human emotions? Check. Villainize a person or a group by making them look stupid, immoral, or evil? Check. Make the hero you portray as the only one who is intelligent, down to earth, and brave, who knows when danger is coming but no one listens to and has all the answers of the world? Check. Another thing that makes propaganda effective is when it comes during a period of difficult times, such as war. It works to villainize a whole group of people and feel patriotic about it because they are selling you a story that you're just defending your own country, and it can encourage from the big to the smallest people feel as if they are part of something so big. Here the fictional German officer is portrayed as a valiant hero who pretty much represents Germany as the brave and compassionate country at that time. It's interesting that he's the only German officer and yet everyone speaks German. They were still in the Stone Age of movies, I guess. While the English officer is portrayed as a greedy, selfish man who puts everyone's lives in danger out of money. Jeez, I wonder who he represents. This movie was made in a time when Germany was taking over most of the nations of Europe, but only Britain was resisting the invasion of Germany. To justify such an invasion, they had to demonize them so that the people of Germany would not feel any duty of morality to protest against the invasion. Needless to say, what this movie shows is how dangerous movies can actually be. Granted, they're mostly for entertainment, but even entertainment can be used as a weapon to distort the mind and morality of other people. Movies can portray what's evil as something beautiful and good, something that God would want. But it can also portray what's good as something bad based on different people's views. Look at how many movies we love that make bad choices look appealing or even entertainingly funny. Now, they are all good movies nonetheless, and I gotta be honest, I like these movies. But that's when you have to draw a line of what television tells you is good and is bad, and not let it be the only source that tells you how to live your life. Granted, Pulp Fiction is hilarious, but does that mean killing is hilarious? Clockwork Orange is shot beautifully, but does that mean we have to be sadistic in order to be artistically ingenious? Surely there are some harmless movies out there, and some good messages do come out of it, and it can in an artistic way show another place of the world to wonder in awe. But go outside, experience life to see if it's true. Probably I sound like I'm contradicting myself since I like movies and these videos are about movies, but that's when you have to draw a line that everything has another side of the coin. Making this Titanic movie surely had a bad intention, but granted, credit is due. They knew how to make a movie and make it look good. The special effects at that time looked good, and during the sinking scenes, it almost felt like I was watching the real life sinking of the Titanic. It's ingenious how they tell their own side of the story, and at the same time, so sinister they use the art of cinema to deceive a whole nation. This movie is to be watched for study rather than for entertainment, to see how can propaganda have a good or bad impact on people and can lead them to make choices because of the ingenious illusion of cinema. As a whole, Titanic is a decent film. It did not break any boundaries. Though the characters are one-dimensional, it has good action scenes with the ship sinking and probably the most douchiest pointing finger ending to a movie I have ever seen. I give it a 6 out of 10 stars. If you're interested to see this movie, you can check out the links down below, with one with English subtitles, though you're gonna have to start it in minute number 4. The second one with Spanish subtitles, and if you're interested in documentaries and History Channel, here's the making of the Titanic film. So for now, that's it for today. Ciao.